Welcome to the new 7 Series, the ultimate expression of BMW luxury and driving pleasure. We want you to enjoy your 7 Series to the full and have produced this video to demonstrate some of its innovative equipment and advanced technology. The video is not a substitute for the accompanying owner's handbook and radio handbook. In many cases, you'll be advised to refer to the instructions in these handbooks. The number at the bottom of the screen corresponds with an index on the box and can be used to find a specific section of the video. Your 7 Series has a sophisticated key set for maximum security and convenience. There are 2 high-security master keys. Each one has a transmitter for remote control of the central locking and alarm system and remote opening of the boot lid. For maximum security, the code changes every time the key is used. There are 2 spare keys. One that restricts access to the boot and glove box, and a lightweight key for your wallet. The 7 Series is one of the most secure cars available. It has an advanced alarm system that works together with an engine immobilizer so sophisticated that immobilization occurs as soon as the key is removed from the ignition. For added security, there are only 2 exterior locks, one on the driver's door and one on the boot lid, and both rotate freely if they're tampered with. The central locking system includes the doors, the boot lid and the fuel filler flap, and can be operated by using the transmitter, by locking the driver's door or the boot lid, or by pushing the button in the central console. The transmitter is operated by radio rather than infrared. Its range depends on circumstances but can be as much as 15 meters. The master keys have 3 buttons on the radio transmitter. This one releases the central locking system, disarms the alarm and switches on the interior lights. If the same button is held down within 2 meters of the car, it opens the windows and sunroof, useful when you return to your 7 Series on a hot day. The central locking system and alarm are both activated by pressing this button once. If continually held down within 2 meters of the car, the windows and sunroof will close automatically. When the button is released, the windows and sunroof will stop moving. The remote central locking control can also be used to open the boot lid, even if it's locked and the alarm system has been engaged. When the boot has been closed, it will once again be protected by the system. The boot can also be opened from inside the car. When the anti-theft system is operational, the LED on the fascia flashes intermittently. If somebody tampers with your 7 Series after it's been left with the alarm system operational, the LED will continue to flash after the car has been unlocked. If the LED flashes quickly before the system has been engaged, then either a door, the boot lid or the bonnet has not been properly closed, or a window has been left open by more than a couple of centimeters. The alarm will still operate, but there's obviously an increased risk of theft under these circumstances. If the car is likely to be tilted after the alarm has been set, for example on a car ferry, then the button needs to be pressed again within 20 seconds of the alarm being set to disengage the tilt sensor in the alarm system. Pressing this button also switches on the interior lights, helpful if you need to find your car in a dark, crowded car park. BMW used the latest technology to protect your 7 Series, making it one of the most secure cars on today's roads. The 7 Series is superbly comfortable for you and your passengers, making it especially suitable for long-distance motoring. The seats have been ergonomically designed to provide the maximum amount of adjustment. 2 switches control the movements of the standard electrically adjustable seats. Cars fitted with comfort seats have 2 additional switches to adjust the amount of lumbar support and the angle of shoulder support. If your car is fitted with automatic rear head restraints, they will extend as soon as a rear seat passenger fastens the corresponding seatbelt. This button can then be used to adjust the head restraint. If electric rear seats are fitted, they're adjusted using these controls. The door-mounted mirrors are controlled by this switch. If you have the optional mirrors package, the door mirrors and the rear view mirror will automatically dim if dazzled by headlights. The exterior mirrors can be folded out of the way for maneuvering in tight spaces. The steering column can be adjusted for height and rake by releasing this lever. If your car is fitted with electric steering column adjustment, you can use this stalk to adjust the reach and rake of the wheel. If your car is fitted with comfort seats and electric mirror and steering wheel adjustment, the settings for the driver's position can be established and memorized. By pressing the M button and then a number, the settings are now recorded and can be recalled whenever you want. Different positions can be memorized for up to 3 drivers. The 7 Series has a comprehensive range of storage pockets. There's even a cup holder in the center console. The boot has the same usable storage capacity as the previous 7 Series. But if a solitary item needs to be carried, there are luggage securing straps to stop it sliding around. The boot lid has an interior handle and a soft close function for greater convenience. The 7 Series has been designed to allow the driver to concentrate on the sheer enjoyment of driving a BMW. When the ignition is turned on, the 7 Series monitors its systems constantly. In the unlikely event that a fault occurs, a warning will be displayed on the check control. There's more detailed information about the check control in the handbook. The service indicator is also housed within the instrument binnacle. This instrument is part of the unique BMW maintenance system, which takes operating conditions into account. For example, a car used only for short journeys will need a different maintenance schedule to one that's used exclusively for long motorway journeys. There's a row of green LEDs on the service indicator. The fewer that are illuminated, the sooner the next service will be due. The orange light comes on when a service is due, and the appropriate indicator shows whether a simple oil change is needed or a full service. The red LED shows that either the oil service or inspection is overdue. The outside temperature is displayed permanently, and if the temperature falls below 3 degrees centigrade, 37 degrees Fahrenheit, an ice warning tone sounds, and the display flashes. The steering wheel carries the controls for several systems. If you're using the radio, these buttons allow you to seek another radio station. If the cassette player or CD player is being used, these same buttons can be used to change tracks. This is the volume control for the audio system. On cars fitted with the BMW telephone system, this button can be used to control the telephone. The standard cruise control is also operated from the steering wheel. It's engaged using the switch on the dashboard. And this switch is used to go back to the last speed you set and maintain it. For example, if you were using the cruise control and had to slow down for roadworks, one press of the switch will take the car back to the speed you set. This button is used to increase or decrease speed once the cruise control is engaged. The cruise control can be disengaged either by pressing this button or the foot brake. It will disengage automatically if you exceed the chosen speed by more than 10 miles an hour for more than 30 seconds. The air conditioning can be switched on to recirculate the air in the car if you're stuck in heavy traffic. Aside from varying speeds, the windscreen wash and wipe control includes a small knurled wheel which can be used to vary the interval for intermittent wipe. The selected interval is also varied automatically depending on the car's actual road speed. The windscreen can be washed by pulling the stalk towards you. If the windscreen is particularly dirty, the S button can be pushed to increase the concentration of the cleaning fluid. If the wipers are operating at normal speed and you stop the car, the wipers automatically switch to intermittent wipe. The 7 Series has a foot-operated parking brake on the left side of the footwell. It is released by pulling this lever. There are 2 settings for the 5-speed automatic gearbox. If you prefer to leave the gearbox in its adaptive program position, the driving conditions and your driving style will be constantly monitored, and change points will be selected to suit them. The adaptive program chooses a special winter setting when you're driving on slippery surfaces. If you select the Sport program, the changes will be selected to make the most of the outstanding performance of the 7 Series. If you've specified automatic stability control plus traction, this prevents wheel spin under poor driving conditions. The optional electronic damping control provides a choice of suspension settings that will switch automatically depending on your driving style. The standard program constantly monitors road surface quality and driving style to provide the most comfortable ride. When choosing the Sport program via the gearbox, a firm sport suspension is set. All of these controls have been developed to make the experience of driving a 7 Series as enjoyable as possible under all driving conditions. The onboard monitor provides a comprehensive information and control system and even includes support for the introduction of the GPS satellite navigation system. The main menu is the heart of the system. The rotary knob is used to select a menu item or a setting adjustment. When the correct item or setting has been selected, the knob is pressed to activate it. The onboard computer provides information on the distance you have traveled, the distance you can probably travel on the fuel remaining in the tank, the outside temperature, your average speed, the average fuel consumption, which can be for 2 different distances, a stopwatch function, and a warning when a predetermined speed has been reached. The system includes a color television, which for safety reasons does not show pictures when the car is moving. It also has its own menu choices and includes a teletext facility. The hands-free telephone is also operated through the onboard monitor. For the phone to operate, a smart card has to be inserted. Numbers can be stored either on the card or on the board monitor. A pre-programmed number can be selected by using the rotary knob or the control on the multifunction steering wheel. The call is made by using either the button on the console or the one on the steering wheel. Incoming calls are accepted by pressing the same button. The onboard monitor also displays information about the sound system. The radio has 18 memory locations for FM. Your preferred stations can be stored easily. For example, if you want Radio 4 on button 4, hold that button down for a few seconds. The cassette player is selected using the mode button. Press this button twice for fast forward and once for music search. The CD player is operated using the same system. The numbered buttons are used to select one of the 6 CDs in the auto changer. Individual tracks can be selected from the onboard monitor or via the steering wheel. The optional digital sound processing feature is programmed to reproduce the acoustic characteristics of a concert hall, a jazz club, or a cathedral. There are 3 variable programs that you can adjust to suit your tastes. If you want to hear the potential of the system, select the demonstration setting. Full details of all the features can be found in the special handbooks. To achieve the ideal driving environment, the 7 Series has an advanced climate control system. By using the selector buttons, both you and your front seat passenger can choose the temperature that suits each of you best. If this button is pressed, the system monitors the quality of air entering the car. If the air is heavily polluted, the system switches automatically to recirculated air operation. You can also choose to have recirculated air at all times. This control is useful when you have to wait in your car in cold weather. It allows the heat remaining in the engine after a journey to be used to maintain the interior temperature of the car, even though the engine is no longer running. The heated air is automatically distributed to the windscreen, side windows and footwells for up to 16 minutes after the engine has stopped. If the temperature is above 16 degrees centigrade, the timer function on the onboard computer can be used to set the independent ventilation control. You can set it to switch on the ventilation fans at a predetermined time to ventilate the interior of the car for up to 30 minutes before you return to it on a hot day. If your car is fitted with the automatic rear blind, it's operated from the driver's seat and can also help to keep the car cool. No matter what the outside temperature, the 7 Series can provide the ideal driving environment. The 7 Series has the optimum combination of primary and secondary safety systems. ABS is standard. So are twin airbags. For safety reasons, small children must not be carried in the front seat, and a rear-facing child seat must not be installed in any car with twin airbags. The first aid kit is housed in its own compartment between the rear seats. Although there are sensors which stop the sunroof and windows if anything gets caught while they're being closed, it's important to make sure they're not blocked during this operation. If the car is fitted with park distance control, a warning sounds when the front or rear bumper is approaching an obstacle. The system is engaged automatically when reverse gear is selected, although it can be switched on and off manually by using the park distance control switch. Yet another example of the way the 7 Series uses advanced technology to make life easier. This video is a brief introduction to some of the equipment on your BMW 7 Series. Your handbooks will provide more detailed information. But if you've any further questions, your dealer will be happy to provide the answers. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and enjoy driving your BMW 7 Series.